Hello everyone, I'm Greg Weaver. Welcome to The Audio Analyst. Those of you who follow my efforts will know that I've long been a fan of the work of Gary Ko, President and CEO at Genesis Advanced Technologies Incorporated of Woodinville, Washington. To that end, Gary has been touting a cartridge design that he was influencing and nudging in certain directions for some time now. While I've had the opportunity to hear it over its advancing prototypical designs several times, including at Capital Audio Fest 2023 and 24, as well as at the inaugural Southwest Audio Fest in 2024, it has congealed and become the cartridge under consideration here. And I'm happy to tell you, you are about to hear a rather triumphant tale. The Sonic X4 moving coil cartridge is a product offered by Hyper Analogue Production, a company co-founded by Gary and 3 other audio industry friends and business partners. While Gary has played a key role in driving the design of the Hypersonic X4, it was developed through a creative partnership between Gary, Swiss manufacturer High Fiction AG's designer, Mika Huber, and Bob Clark, founder of Profundo Audio. Bob's Profundo Audio, founded over a quarter century ago, is the U.S. distributor for several European high-end audio brands. It should be seen as highly relevant that Bob previously distributed the now defunct Transfiguration line of cartridges from Japan. And in fact, Gary lays the blame for the Sonic X4 cartridge entirely at Bob's feet. For as long as he can recall, Gary has been all about analog. His first record player, along with a book of 45 RPM singles, was a gift from his father when he was just 6 years old. It should come as no surprise, then, that he has heard and collected a glut of phono cartridges of all varieties over the years. Some top-rated, some controversial, like his Magic Diamond and Virus, which are both Denon DL103R derivatives, as well as many others that have been custom modified to his own specifications. Sadly, he has never found one that could fully deliver on every attribute as well as he wanted. Then, during CES 2018, Bob infected him by loaning him the ring magnet Transfiguration Proteus D, a superb cart that implemented a diamond cantilever. And while Gary felt that it still lacked the microdynamics available from carts like his heavily modified Magic Diamond, it performed very well in many other aspects. But with the passing of the company's founder and designer, Seiji Yoshioka, in April of 2018, Transfiguration was no more. Several years later, Bob began representing the Swiss-made Goldenberg Cartridges after discovering that their Maestro cartridge gave their beloved but no longer available Transfiguration Proteus D a run for its money. And while Gary believed that this Maestro held promise, it still fell a tad short of his overall expectations. About that time, Bob introduced Gary to Mika Huber, the designer of the Goldenberg Cartridges, and several other highly regarded Swiss products from EMT and the Thales line of precision turntables and tone arms. And so the stage was set as these partners all put their heads together, aligned their goals, and began what would be the involved and expensive work required to develop this cartridge. Now, 3 years and many prototypes later, Gary says they have finally produced his dream cartridge, one that ticks every checkbox he and his partners could wish for. The Sonic X4 is the first no-holds-barred cartridge in the Hyper Analogue lineup. To realize a phono cartridge intended to exceed the performance of all others, everything matters. Its newly designed motor structure is based on a proprietary multi-layer iron core, leveraging a new, stronger magnetic alloy. Its coils are wound using a high-purity fine silver wire, after testing results using copper wire fell notably short of delivering the fuller body and natural warmth of this silver counterpart. Its physical construction and shape were designed to deliver the optimal focus of its magnetic flux. One of the results of its advanced assembly is that it requires fewer coil turns to deliver its exceptionally refined 0.2 of a millivolt electrical output with 4 ohms of impedance. Because its coil is so compact, it presents a lower overall moving mass, yielding enhanced tracking, retrieval of micro detail, and a flatter, more extended frequency response. Like many other established cartridge manufacturers, including Dynavector, Etsuro, the manufacturer of my current reference cart, Hana, Ortofon, and the now defunct Transfiguration, the X4 leverages an exceptional micro-ridge profile diamond stylus mounted to a diamond cantilever. Though quite expensive to manufacture and necessitating extremely precise alignment at setup, its micro-ridge profile presents both a minimized and consistent contact point with the record groove, delivering superior tracking, enhanced detail, much lower distortion, and a longer lifespan when contrasted with all other stylus profiles. Further, the use of diamond for the cantilever, the same material as the stylus itself, leverages the advantages inherent with homogeneous material systems, eliminating the need to account for and address the myriad of complex interactions encountered at the physical interfaces of disparate materials, such as mismatches in acoustic impedance, thermal expansion coefficients, or other mechanical aberrations. The cartridge housing is fabricated from a shot peen hardened rose gold titanium body. Shot peening involves bombarding the surface of the cartridge body with small, high velocity spherical shot pellets, causing the surface to deform slightly, creating tiny overlapping indentations or dimples. The competitive stress introduced by this process hardens and strengthens the housing's surface, enhancing its durability, its resistance to fatigue and cracking, and providing for a more rigid and precise coupling with the tone arm's headshell. The body also integrates 3 strategically placed tungsten inserts, providing increased inertia, stability, and improved resonance damping. And given the effort and attention spent on carefully forming and shaping the magnetic field in the cartridge, the use of traditional stainless steel mounting screws is not an option. As such, the Sonic X4 ships with 3 different length sets of gold anodized titanium screws for headshell mounting. Gary is quick to add that the majority of the Sonic X4's constituent parts are of Swiss origin, as are the diamond cantilever and stylus assembly, leading me to conclude that it's sourced from Geiger AG, adding that its titanium superstructure and the silver wire used for the coils are of German origin. A comprehensive listing of all associated equipment used for this evaluation may be found on my reference system webpage at my website, linked in today's description. Briefly, the analog front end used to evaluate the Sonic X4 included my Kronos Pro LE turntable with its Kronos Super Capacitor Power Supply 1 and the Kronos Discovery Resonance Suppression 12-inch tone arm. Both the Dynamic Sound Associates Phono 3 Plus phono stage and the Kronos SCPS-1 were powered using Audience front row power cords, and all interconnects came from Stealth Audio, including the Helios Phono and the limited edition Sakura V17 balanced cables. After my casual listing over the first week or so to allow for the damper and suspension to reach their maximum elasticity and compliance, I dove right in. From the first needle drop, an attribute which continued to show further slight advance over the first several dozen LPs I played, was its near effortless presentation of dynamics, revealing this cart's stunning transient capability. One of my favorite tests for this is demonstrated by the visceral snap heard and felt from Chris Layton's snare drum near the opening of the title cut from the 2016 Analog Productions double 45 RPM reissue of Stevie Ray Vaughan's Couldn't Stand the Weather. This sound is sharply rendered in its attack, crisp and finely delineated, and with the right system will bring an involuntary flinch, even knowing that it's coming. Another favorite track to demonstrate a visceral assault on your senses is La Daddy from the 1983 Sheffield Lab direct disc recording of James Newton Howard and Friends. With the best carts and systems, it's breathtaking. The Sonic X4 never foundered when asked to render complex, dynamic material. And when it comes to uncovering and revealing subtle nuance, finely shaded microdynamics, and remarkably expressive low-level resolute detail, such sounds, even those buried way down low near the noise floor, were retrieved and served up with remarkable distinctness, cleanly and crisply. Another set of attributes where the Sonic X4 showed its uncanny capabilities was with its ability to ride extremely tight rein over the soundstage it regenerates and the faithful reconstruction of image size and placement within that stage. Listening to Church from the 2022 Curb Records double 45 RPM reissue of Lyle Lovett's Joshua Judge's Ruth, Lyle valiantly tries to talk a long-winded preacher out of the pulpit so that the hungry congregation can go eat. The Sonic X4 effortlessly and accurately portrayed the layering of the instruments and clearly rendered the massed voices of the background choir. And its ability to portray the faithfulness of size and placement of the two soloists, with Lyle presented slightly more forward, is faithfully recreated and absolutely first rate. Throughout the opening to Rush's Witch Hunt from the 2015 Anthem 200-gram reissue of Moving Pictures, there is a myriad of percussion-based instruments on display. Orchestra bells, wind chimes, a bell tree, gongs, a glockenspiel, a cowbell, a woodblock, crotals, timbales, and more, all with distinctly distributed positions throughout the soundstage. The Sonic X4 is superbly accomplished at reconstructing the entire composite tapestry, doing so with deft precision and nuance. From the opening spectacularly rendered tom rolls, it exposes not only left to right positioning, but discrete height and front to back placement cues as well. Nothing is out of place, nothing wanders, and nothing is slighted. I decided to pull out all the stops and cue up one of my absolute favorites, Respighi's Feste Romane, The Pines of Rome, by the Cleveland Orchestra under the direction of Lauren Mazel, a superb remastering of the original 1977 Decca release. This is one of the 8 original Mobile Fidelity UHQR releases from the early 1980s, all mastered and cut at half speed, then pressed in Japan by JVC as 200-gram reissues on JVC's original proprietary Super Vinyl. My copy is number 83 of a limited production run of 5,000 pressings, and the Feste Romane portion of this recording is considered a standout, cited as one of the best readings of the work. The Sonic X4 found this complex and valiant pressing undaunting. It effortlessly and gracefully negotiated its stark quietness, wide dynamic range, superior clarity, and discrete sense of depth and space. Its ability to accurately present the specifics of individual instruments distinctly within the bountiful orchestral texture and vivid tonality was captivating, allowing it to reconstruct a remarkably credible, immersive, and realistic listening experience. Its ability to relentlessly track and unleash the full, unforced, and considerable dynamic expression of this recording, from the quietest of passages to the most powerful climaxes, allowed it to transcribe this record completely free of compression or distortions. I could go on and on, citing endless examples of how effectively this new cartridge transcribes even the most demanding and challenging of LPs. But for now, suffice it to say that the Hypersonic X4 is one stunning sonic overachiever. It is one of the finest examples of its breed in my experience. Though my current reference moving coil cartridge, the F0 Gold, recovers a more weighty and honest delivery of the impact and power of the deepest bass information, beyond that, they both exhibit world-class capabilities in their ability to reconstruct detail, color, microdynamic fluency, dynamic contrasts, layering, dimensionality, and in their ability to render the individuality of voices, human and instrument. In fact, the only cartridge preamplifier system I found that can best the Sonic X4's level of performance are the game-changing optical bass transducers from DS Audio, in particular, the Grandmaster and the Grandmaster EX. With that exception noted, over my time living with the Hypersonic X4 in play, it proved virtually impossible to trip up, offering sublime, nearly unmatched performance. The Hyper Analogue Sonic X4 offers extraordinarily refined sonic performance that, while unmistakably exceptional, never calls attention to itself. Its refined fusion of extraordinary speed and controlled precision yields breathtaking performance that, in combination with its exceptional dynamic range and scaling, unflinching musicality, and engagingly detailed, cultured, and highly resolute voice, establishes its rightful station among the very finest of today's premier transducers, heralding its arrival as one of the most accomplished moving coil cartridges on offer today. In case you can't tell, it is most enthusiastically recommended. As always, thank you for watching today. Further information on supporting the channel and my efforts may be found in today's description section or at my companion website, theaudioanalyst.com. Please stay safe and keep the music playing. Till next time, cheers.